It's finally here, the Let's Rant episode on the PS4 edition of Assetto Corsa. I do apologise for the lateness of this episode, but it was no fault of my own, but regardless, I apologise. So it's been 2 months at least since the initial release of the PS4 version, and quite frankly there's not been much to take note. There has not been really that many fixes to any bugs and glitches. From what I can see, there's still screen tearing. I'm having massive problems with if you're a tuner just like me, I'm sure you're getting the same problem. It just forgets your setups. No matter how many times you save a setup, it'll just forget it. It's pretty much a 50-50 chance when you start up the game and you click a track and you load it up whether it's remembered your setup or not. That is a really big issue. Plus, we've only really seen the arrival of the Japanese DLC, which has added a little bit of content to it, and I will say up front, that DLC pack is reasonably priced and the quality is good. But it's just a shame because the main overbearing problem in the room, the white elephant if you will, is still here. The fact that we're still limited to the online structure. There's still no customer service here at this point, and it's becoming tiresome at this by now. It's been over 2 months. We've got new content that we still can't use as we would please and as we would like, and it's getting to the point where it's kind of, well, what am I still here for? Now for myself personally, the only thing that keeps me playing this game is because I have taken it upon myself to help others in learn how to drift in different car games. And unfortunately, apart from that, there is no other real reason for me to play Assetto Corsa on the PS4. I play it occasionally just to have a little cruise around in a car offline, and that's not what I bought the game for originally. All the news about the game, as you know, from the PC side, which was in development a much longer time, and I'll be speaking more about that, it never really translated over to the PS4. They had warnings from the PC users. They had to go from a third party source to get their custom servers, and it's just a thing that we've come to be used to as a consumer when it comes to this side of the market. We're really used to having that flexibility, because it doesn't matter how much content you've got, how good the content is, if we can't use it where we would like to. And that's quite a big deal, and especially when it comes to online. Most people already know this. Modern day style of gaming tends to lead to online gameplay rather than offline, and that's true in this case as well. There's only so much fun you can have offline before you have to go online. Really I bought the game to play online, start my own servers as I used to back on Gran Turismo, as I've done on Project Cars, and I'll do on any game that will give us the liberty of playing with the content as we please. Now, quite frankly, I've not been able to do that on Assetto Corsa. There is no point. If I want to go on a drift track on Assetto Corsa, it has to be one particular track really, because I can't use the BMW which I would normally use, or any other cars that I'm working on right now. I can't use them on the tracks that I wish to use. Now, I don't want to keep banging on about this one point because it's quite obvious to most people, but I maybe need to just expand on it just a quick second, just for those people that maybe play offline more than online and don't really see where our problem is. My problem in particular is because every other game, look at Gran Turismo, look at Project Cars, you can start a lobby, you can name it whatever you like, you can control it, you can kick people if needed. Also, the kicking function in Assetto Corsa is a bit of a joke. It's really useless and it just becomes annoying after a point. There are so many bad drivers in the Assetto Corsa where it really doesn't work. I still go into lobbies and I still get punted around the place. Even when I'm in the pits, you still get abused, so that's great. And quite frankly, it's not ever going to make me want to play online. I can't get a bunch of... It's a very simple thing to get your head around. You can't get a group of people, a group of friends or whatever, whether they're randomers or friends. People can't get into a single server, into a single session, drive the car that they want, on the track they want, with the people they want. That is quite crucial to just functionality in the game, and that takes away a lot of the good stuff, because you can't use the good stuff where you want to, so therefore it's useless. It is a massive issue. Also, all the bugs and glitches really need doing, and we've already heard wind that they're going to be trying to bring us custom servers, which this should have been done before the launch. This is a thing that all consumers are used to, so why do you think you'd be able to get away with it? Do you think you'll still be able to become a roaring success from years along the line from this? I really don't think it's good it's good for the future of the game. I really don't. I don't want to see any good game burn and die, because there's no need. I know that running servers, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to play the ignorance card, that running servers is expensive to set up and maintain, and it's a lot of time and money. But it's something that's required. It's not an accessory. It's a necessity. It should be part of it. It should be part of the bare essentials. And I understand there's a small team that this game has been made by. Yes, you had a small team, but the bare essentials are the bare essentials. If you can't bring them, then you're going to suffer because of it. And unfortunately, it suffers for not only your sales, it suffers for the people that have bought it as well. I can't do what I wanted to do when I purchased it. And it's a crying shame. I don't know what the reviews are out there are saying, because this is all based on my opinion. I don't look at Metacritic and all other off-site sources. I look at the community, I look at the actual user base numbers at peak times, at, Friday nights, weekends. I'm still not seeing more than 100, maybe 200 players on the server that I'm connected to. It's not good. And I think that's an overestimate, if I'm being honest, on the amount of numbers there. So, when's it going to change? What's going to happen? We don't know. We really don't, but I think it's not acceptable by this point. I mean, I don't want to play the game, personally. I only keep coming back because I have to keep making setups and working with other people, but I put myself in my viewers' shoes, or in people that I'm trying to help. They get the setup off me, they're happy with it, maybe they've done some extra tweaks to it themselves because they want to, get it how they want it, which is completely fine. And they've saved it. But yeah, it's 50-50 chance whether you'll remember it, whether the game will actually remember it for you. And then at which point you have to go back onto my channel, click the video, get the setup, and then remember your tweaks to it. Or take screenshots of it, or have to write it down. I mean, that's the exact position that I'm in. When it comes to working on my setups during testing, I have to use a notepad now. I have to write them down the good old-fashioned way. Because in 2016, November 2016, I have to write down my setups because the game simply can't remember it. And this was a £40 game, £30-40 game. And they're wanting 20 to 30 again for the season pass, which I'm not going to buy personally. I don't think that anyone should, and I can't recommend you get the game. I really can't. It's a very simple problem that we want them to fix, and unless it happens, then it's going to be very short-lived. It's Assetto Corsa on the PS4. It's a shame because it's had such a long run-up to get launched for this console, and we had so much great things from PC users, and to be sat in this seat, playing it, and thinking, where's the things that everyone else was talking about? I've watched hours upon hours of people stream Assetto Corsa on PC before it launched. They could move all the cockpit camera. You know how Project Cars, if you look at one of my earliest videos on that game where it's called the Glorious Option List or something like that, the amount of settings and tweaks you can do to the game is immense. It's the best I've ever seen on any car game or in any game full stop on any console. It's amazing to see the amount of flexibility in the settings. And Assetto Corsa is just not even on average. On the PC, you could move where your head sat inside the cabin, inside the car. So when you're sitting from the first person point of view, when you're looking at the steering wheel, you could move your head around, get exactly where you want it, and just have all the settings perfect for you. And why was this not done for console users as well? There's just so many things they could have done, and I don't see why they cut that out. Why was it necessary? You already seem to have it already in the base game, from what I could tell. It wasn't a mod or anything like that. It wasn't third party from what I wasn't told. So, and the fact that I respect what they've made, I must say that, but their design decision from the start. I mean, your PC, you've got so much content on there, and I see why they priced it as they did. The standard edition, as you buy off the shelf for the console, is £30 to £40, if I remember rightly. And Project Cars is £60. Now, obviously, those two aren't competing directly against each other, but there's a reason why they dropped the price. There's a simple reason, because they know they don't want to be put in the same category as Project Cars, which they shouldn't. They haven't got the same amount of content. It's just not there. It's just Assetto Corsa is a half-baked good right now. If they can come around, finish it off, give us some online, give us what should have been there in the first place, and you have a chance. And maybe the game can grow. That's all I want to see. I just want to see the game thrive, that's all. It's a great game for drifting, and it could go far. I don't expect the world from it. I don't expect major modifications to the game, but this is something that is 101. It's literally Class 1, Class A, but it's literally just, they should know this, and I can't see why they didn't think this would be noticed or why it wouldn't affect their game, as it's just not enjoyable. You've got some great physics, they're quite fun, you've got some very good quality content, although limited in the amount of it, but you take away that flexibility and you just remove massive amounts of playtime from the game. You take away a lot of the gameplay. For games where I spent loads of hours like Project Cars and Gran Turismo and all those sort of titles, I spent most of my hours online. The offline stuff was to earn money, like for Gran Turismo's situation, it was to earn money to buy cars to do things with for online. For Project Cars it was just offline because I was doing setups and I wanted to be on my own. And I didn't really race on either game. I don't race per se, but for those people that just want to cruise, have fun with their friends, I mean, sure, this must affect everybody. It affects racers, it affects drifters, it affects just small little groups of people that just want to play together and just cruise and have a laugh with cars. And Assetto Corsa doesn't really help any of this. The online mode for Assetto Corsa is just pitiful. I don't look forward to clicking the button because there's nothing that's ever going to make me go, ooh, because it's all predictable, it's all the same stuff. You're limited to where you can use what car and how many people can drive those cars. This is not something we should be facing with. Let's hopefully this gets sorted and then it can never be mentioned again. Good luck to you, Assetto Corsa, I really mean it. I'll see you in the next video. For now, goodbye.